There is a national scandal that isn't being covered because people prefer to talk about Afghanistan. But the national scandal is happening right now, be less than 2 miles from your home address, in our nursing care homes. You will remember, clap at the sky, clap on a Thursday night, clap for our heroes, the nursing care home staff who worked tirelessly through the pandemic when people were dying all over the place, and some of them even stayed in the care homes so they could continue to give care. And yes, they were heroes, and yes, they should be rewarded, but right now they're being told they will lose their jobs if they haven't had their first vaccination or state injectable by the 16th of September and the second by the 11th of November. So they have until the 11th of November or they will be fired. These are the people you were supposed to be clapping for because they were heroes, and now they're being kicked out on their arses. Second thing, stay home, protect the elderly, save our NHS. Do you remember that? Like eons ago when we were just being locked down for 2 weeks. Protect our elderly. It was all about the elderly. The elderly were kind of used as an emotional tool, weren't they? Well, our elderly right now are just being kind of crucified by this. Care home staff are going to be depleted at levels never seen. Approximately 25% of care home staff are holding the line. I suspect that number is higher. They won't have the state injectable. What exactly is the government going to do? Who is going to look after our elderly? There are 100,000 vacancies right now in care homes, right now before this. It pays $8.50 an hour to do work that only angels could do. I'm not good enough to do that work because I don't have the patience. I'm not a good enough person. And they're being called into offices and told they're going to be fired after everything they've done. And the thing is, carers really care. They really care about these people, and so just walking away isn't an option because it breaks their hearts. A few other things. The 11th of November, don't think that's just by chance that date has been used. That's deliberate emotional manipulation by PSYOP/Intel attached to government. They want you to feel feelings of owing the elderly. They want to use Remembrance Sunday, a way of pressurising you. This is the manipulation techniques that are being used. I know that paper exists. I can almost see it. Someone submitted it thinking they were being clever. And I have to say, most importantly, to anybody that works in a care home, and bloody good on you for what you've done, is that when you sit there in your HR meeting and they're telling you that you're being fired for not having the state injectable, and you're sitting there thinking, but I worked all the way through this. I've done this for 27 years. I've had this job forever. I've been a brilliant carer. Remember that family that said that because of me, they got through the death of their parent? Or, when you're sat there thinking about all those things, thinking this is just madness, this isn't fair, that's exactly what you need to think. You need to remember that this is utterly, utterly unfair and utterly, utterly wrong. And the thing with things that are utterly, utterly wrong is that it can never be the right thing to do. So hold the line. Thank you to all the care home staff. It is not lost on many of us, the absolute outrage and hypocrisy of clap for our heroes and then firing your arses because you won't have the state injectable. You are many more than you know. You are angels all. And when something is so terribly wrong, it can never and will never be the right thing to do.